Welcome to your Restore practice. This is Activate Your Divine Feminine. Let's explore your hidden feminine power with this nurturing, gentle, quiet, healing, long-held yin practice. Activating your feminine energy by learning to meet yourself in that quiet, listening to that power of silence and that inner voice and inner knowing to discover yourself. We'll need our mat, our bolster or cushions, and a blanket. So let's start by having your bolster vertical behind you, and with the blanket what we'll do is we'll open it out and then just have your blanket on top. You can roll the sort of the high end of the blanket so you can tuck it in, tuck the edges in, creating a little bit of a support there. So as you lie down, your legs can just open and your spine can relax into the bolster behind you, and the arms relax, your shoulders relax. Now if you feel like there's a bit of sensitivity in your lower back, you can sit away from the bolster or lift your hips up and then just lengthen your tailbone under here, and just to open yourself up to receive the practice. So you may begin by taking a few deeper breaths there to let yourself land and arrive and settle. Especially if you've been in the outer world, in that busy world, the noise, the distractions, the stimulations that can be quite overwhelming for your senses. So start to let each breath to just drop yourself in to this body, really switching off that sympathetic noise, the need to fight, flight and freeze, to a more parasympathetic mode of rest, relax, digest. And it's through that non-doing, simply relaxing and surrendering, connecting ourselves with the inner world, with that feminine energies of being receptive, being nurturing, which is where healing takes place. And the affirmation that we're going to integrate into each of the yin poses, the one that we're here, you might like to mentally say to yourself, the divine feminine brings me peace and healing. The divine feminine brings me peace and healing. The divine feminine brings me peace and healing. Noticing a sense of just dropping a little deeper as you allow the energies of that affirmation to wash over your whole body. Releasing effort, tension, any stress that you need to be holding on to, just let go. You can sometimes or oftentimes be driven by that masculine energies of needing to achieve, needing to get somewhere, that we have lost that sense of connection with ourselves, connection to that healing power, that inner voice, inner knowing. The body is always listening, whereas the mind almost has a world on its own that gets so driven outward. So come back into this body. Come back into a state of receptivity, to care, nurture yourself, being kind to your body. Very slowly, you can use your hands to gather your knees. Just move slowly and just roll over to one side. You can remove the bolster, release the blanket. You can have this for your head neck support if you like to. And then just lie down onto your back again. Take a few moments. Have your knees knock in, feet apart if you prefer, or stretch your legs out. Just receiving the rebound, especially after being in the shape for a couple of minutes. Just noticing the response of the body when you come out, feeling that release in not just the physical, but also mentally or emotionally. From here, we'll stretch our legs out and then come into our banana asana. So you can bring your hips over to your left a bit more. Bring your feet over to your right. Make sure your hips are flat. Then cross your left ankle over right, or you can have your right over left. You can move your head over to the right a bit more. Take your arms overhead or take it out to the sides. You can rest your hands loosely onto forearms, wrists, elbows, whichever way that you can relax. So I've got this blanket underneath my head and neck, which is quite supportive for my left elbow there. If you feel like you need to lose the blanket, if you do have one, you're most welcome to lose it. And then start to settle into that stillness. The affirmation in this pose is feminine power fills my being. Feminine power fills my being. Feminine power fills my being. Every time there is a need for control, a need to fix or change, ask yourself this question: is this change going to move me closer towards my feminine or masculine? And listen to what the body says.